My name is Evie Ponder. I currently live in Los Angeles, California at A New Way of Life. Before I came to A New Way of Life, I lived in prison, and in prison it was oppression, a lot of oppression. The officers did not like me using my voice or speaking up about certain things. I had to take a shower when they told me, go to bed when they told me, eat when they told me. So living at A New Way of Life was the total transformation from coming out of incarceration. Prior to incarceration, I was living in the streets. I was on drugs, running the streets. I didn't eat often, I didn't sleep often. The only thing I did was use drugs and commit crime. When I was born, I was taken from my mother and put into a foster care system. So I thought my foster parents were my real parents. And at 6 years old, my birth mom came and got me back and took me away from my foster parents. I didn't know who my mother was, so I felt like she was kidnapping me from my family. My birth father died when I was 4 of AIDS, and my birth mother got me back when I was 6, and she used drugs, as well as my brother and her boyfriend sexually assaulted me from the time I was 6 till I was 12. When I was 12 years old, my birth mother passed away. So I had to go from foster care to group home, live on the streets, and pretty much find my way on my own. So I grew up quicker than I needed to grow up at a very young age. So I felt lost in the world. I dealt with a lot of pain. I didn't get the help that I was supposed to get. I wasn't a healed person. So drugs numbed all those feelings of insecurities, abandonment, hate towards myself, hate towards the people who hurt me. So that was the only thing that I knew how to get rid of those feelings that I was feeling. While incarcerated, we were on a COVID lockdown, and I asked the officer, can I get a book? And he allowed me to leave my room and grab a book. When I grabbed the book, it was the Susan Burton A New Way of Life book. And when I read her book, I was inspired and motivated by Susan Burton's words. I wrote her a letter and got accepted to her program. Because I was from Hawaii, I had to do a relocation from Hawaii to Los Angeles. So I had to go in front of the parole board and convince them why I should be released to Los Angeles to participate in A New Way of Life. When I went to the parole board and I spoke to them about my desires of going to A New Way of Life and why I wanted to go there, the woman who was on the parole board knew who Susan Burton was inspired by her, and allowed me to be released to go to her program. I've been through a lot of difficult times in my life, and I didn't have the help that I was supposed to get, the healing that I was supposed to get at the age that I was when I experienced the pain and hurt that I dealt with. But now I'm a changed person. I see life differently, I'm motivated, I love myself, I put God first. I would like people to know my whole story from the beginning till now. I had to make those decisions because they were life or death for me. I didn't have the help that I needed. I didn't have the healing to become the person that I am today. But today I am motivated to help people who are formerly incarcerated, abused, children who are in the system. I would like to do something like what Ms. Burton is doing and build homes for people and accept them and provide for them a safe place where they can become who they're supposed to become. One of my favorite quotes is, "My pain pushed me to greatness." I testify because my story needs to be heard.